Greetings, Dapplings, and welcome to what will likely be a slightly extended Week in Review episode. Extended because I missed last week's, so this one will pick up the slack and cover what happened from the 31st of August all the way up to the 13th of September. Yay for Fortnite in Review! You may have noticed an absence of the first tastes over the last 2 weeks. This is largely due to the fact that I'm playing Rimworld. I have covered this game a few times in the past, though generally on streams, some of which I then uploaded to YouTube, but this is the first time that I've played this wonderful little sci-fi western colony management sim specifically for the channel. My lord, that was a mouthful. So far in the playthrough, we've made Planetfall, with a bump at that, and been busy building up the town of Dapperton while trying to meet the needs of the colonists. Although this has largely been a successful endeavour, there have been a few speed bumps along the way and one or two tragic losses. But on the whole, through calm command of the battlefield during raids, and despite choosing a much more morally upright playthrough style than usual, read also, for once I'm not having my colonists eat prisoners of war, generally speaking, things are going well for our growing colony. In the coming weeks, you can expect to see us dabbling in some of the research technologies and turning more of our attention towards base defense. Additionally, I will likely return to producing first tastes in parallel with my Rimworld uploads. Next, in contrast to the generally steady progress seen in Rimworld, in Factorio en masse our progress has begun to slow as we reach the more complex and resource-intensive construction projects in Bob's Mod. Though not all is doom and gloom, we've finally managed to unlock robotic helpers to support us in our constant war against the increasingly determined Biter menace. Oh, and Bentham's gem sorter has finally seen some action. Now, if only we could increase the throughput. But, balancing the scales once more in favour of progress, we've made some clear headway in Pillars of Eternity, where Glyndŵr not only put down an attempted attack on Caed Nua, with relative ease I might add, but made good on his promise to help Dalton find his lost Rowena, putting an end to Helig's malign manipulations in the process. It was a tragic reunion, however, but with Glyndŵr's impassioned guidance, Dalton released Rowena from her tortured prison. Sometimes the right things are the hardest to do. But not everything was violence and woe. Glyndŵr finally met with the enigmatic mistress of Hadrat House, the spy mistress Lady Webb, and through her learned much of the robed man whose affairs seemed so tightly bound to Glyndŵr's fate. All in all, a busy few nights for our roguish chanter and his friends. Moving on, we come to my Terraria cooperative series with Metasapia, which over the past 2 weeks saw some significant progress towards the last goals of the pre-hard mode game. Most significant, of course, was the descent into the scorching bowels of hell itself in search for our Hellstone ore and armour, which would enable us to take revenge on the Queen Bee. Though all work and no play makes us poor company, so in between dodging fire pit, we found time to begin work on our long overdue greenhouse. Though it seems hell may be exerting its influence as our designs take a decidedly demonic turn. But with the greenhouse well on its way to completion and the Queen Bee slain, multiple times in fact, all that remains is to prepare a suitable arena in which to fight Skeletron. You can look forward to that and the completion of our greenhouse over the next few episodes. Next, with Robocraft for Fine Fellows, my co-hosts and I have continued to increase the robot ranking of our bots, starting with 300,000 and my newest creations, the Sir Tom Jones Mark II and the Bridesmaid, as well as an old face, the Logan. Following that, we rose into the 1 million rank range, though sadly without table, due to internet woes, where I took some old favourites, slightly modified to fit into the robot ranking limit. Though, due to holidays conflicting with recording time, there'll be no 4 Fine Fellows this coming week, I'm afraid, but we should see its return in the week following. However, every cloud has a silver lining, and the lack of 4 Fine Fellows may mean I'll have more time for recording from the depths, which, in the last 2 weeks, has seen some enormous construction projects progress rapidly, both in my Allies Adrift collab series, where Enter Elysium and I are working on a gigantic Nautilus submarine, and in my single-player campaign as well, where I'm presently working on the largest single ship I've ever made, the as-yet unnamed Temple ship. So large are my plans, in fact, that I've even started work on building a dedicated dockyard for its construction inside the campaign. As always, I warmly encourage interaction from the community and have asked for name suggestions for the dock and many rooms and the AI present on the temple ship, and look forward to more chances to involve the community in the coming week. But with that, we come to the end of yet another Week in Review video. As always, I want to thank everyone for their kind comments and support shown for each of my series, and warmly welcome any feedback you might have to offer. But until next week, do take care.